What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So we all know that Terra Luna Classic is at a very low price right now compared to where it has been, in the past, where we've seen this at double the price that it's at now, or even, getting to triple the price. Now it's not at the lowest price it's ever been. We've seen it lower, but with the amount of people that are holding it, the amount of people that are staking it, this is sort of a low price. And even seeing it up to a level to where we can hit a $6 billion market cap, which is not absurd, right? We were just at like a $3.8 billion market cap, or almost a $4 billion market cap. So getting up to a $6 billion market cap is not unheard of. That's another $2 billion, which I may make it seem like it's a little bit of money, because it is a lot of money, right? For one person, it's a lot of money, but for an entire community, it's a little bit of money, especially one that is off and on worth multiple billions of dollars and has multiple billions of dollars flow through it, right? So I'm not gonna sit here and make it seem like $1 billion is a little bit to me, because I don't have $1 billion. So it's not a little bit, it's a lot. But for the entire community, we understand that these can change very, very quickly, and we can see something go from $1 billion like it was up to $3.8 billion very, very quickly in the matter of a couple of days, depending on hype. Now, for Terra Luna Classic, I think as we're seeing this price now, we understand that if we decide to burn, if we have any type of burns, this would be the best method to do it, because we're burning so much with such little dollar value, right? To where things were worth, well over, I think it was like $500, $600 per million. Now it's like $170 per million, which is way less, and we can burn a lot more. So let's take a look at LUNC, and let's understand why right now is the time for us to burn everything. Not in the future, right? In the future, we can burn whatever we want to burn if you want to. But I think in order to establish what we want to establish, in order to recover from what we had in the past, that failure of USTC or UST at the time and Luna together, we want to be able to rescue them, recover them. And that's what this whole entire process is all about. So now is the time. Now is the time to burn Terra Luna Classic. And let's talk about how we do that. So anyways, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you guys check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel quite a bit. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, definitely follow me on Twitter at Perry8K. You can follow me there. I do have a lot of tweets about burns, about decreasing the supply and all that stuff. So if you really do want to follow me, feel free to go over there. We're trying to get to 15,000 followers by the end of the year, which I think we can do it. It's 800 followers away. Anyways, let's talk about this. So let's show you Terra Luna Classic. Currently, it's at 0.0001741, down 2% or almost 3%. We're seeing $92 million in volume. Volume is kind of low across the crypto market because trust is kind of low. We don't really have a lot of hype around Terra Luna Classic. We saw the burn that increased the volume, but then it suddenly decreased again because we don't see follow-ups with those burns and any other type of information. So it was definitely a little bit of a pump from the level of 0.000, I think 15 or 16, all the way up to about 19, I think 18 or 19, something like that. So seeing a decent sized gain, I think it was like 10 or 20, about 10%, I think 10 or 12%. So that was definitely a little bit of a move, a little bit of a pump off of a small burn. Big burn overall, but not the largest burn that we could see. Obviously, we want to see more and more that's burning to get us to the level that we want to get to faster, supply-wise, not just price-wise. Because, like I said, the idea behind this is to get this supply back down to maybe 10 billion, even though the original amount that we started at was around 200 to 300 million. To get this down to 10 billion would be phenomenal. It wouldn't be the same. We wouldn't see this get back to $120 price, but we would see it get back to a point to where we can see USTC completely restored and have protections behind it with Terra Luna Classic, as well as whatever reserves we end up having. So this whole idea of what we are doing is a rescue mission. Put it to this, right? If somebody was drowning in water, you wouldn't just throw them a raft or have a helicopter drop a raft and then save them in a matter of a year, right? You want to save them now. You know, Terra Luna Classic is drowning in supply. So what are we going to do? We are going to try and rescue them. We're going to try and save them. And what's the best way to do that is decreasing that supply. And the best way that we could do that is by burning, right? And having some sort of established burn. Now, the issue that we deal with is the fact that we've implemented a 1.2% burn, which I don't think we gave enough time. However, we are now at 0.2%. So we kind of have to live with that. We saw a couple of proposals that got shot down because people don't really believe, or a lot of, not people, but validators don't really believe in the 1.2%. So that's not going to be a thing anymore. Even if a lot of users, a lot of investors believe in the 1.2%, if validators do not, if they have some sort of belief that 0.2% just will work, we have to find a way to live with it. So yes, I will push for the 1.2% or higher, but I'm pretty sure that it will get shot down no matter what. So 0.2% is what we're living with. So how do we find a way to go on with this 0.2% burn across everything, not just the on-chain transactions, but everything? Well, I've been, kind of active on Twitter. Every time I try and put out this proposal, which I can show you the actual breakdown of the proposal, where I want them to take the 0.2% and implement it off chain. And I think if we apply enough pressure, all of us, if we apply enough pressure and continue to push, at all the people that are tagged in my Twitter posts, MEXC, probably starting with, a position or a CEX that has already implemented a burn for Terra Luna Classic. We can see them implement this burn and or agree to this first, and then we can start to see others that are agreeing to it. And then once everybody agrees to it, I'm sure that every single place that's affiliated with Binance will agree to it as well. Because again, in the top 20 exchanges, that is 99.5% of the volume. That's all we need to see. So if we find a way to get them on board, we find a way to get the top 20 exchanges on board, we can also push it to the other 0.5%. But no matter what, we'll see it burn faster, which means that we can protect or rescue this cryptocurrency, this project from drowning right now. Now, I understand where some people will come from and say it's all about utility. And it is about utility. Utility is a big part. It's a huge part. But understand that I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, well, you know what? I'm going to care about the functionality of a boat or something. I'm trying to apply it to this whole drowning situation. A functionality of a boat and make sure the boat is running efficiently before I save that person, right? No, right? When you establish that there is popularity, you establish that there's more people that are holding it long term, then you can focus more on utility. Now, I'm not saying that you have to completely give up on utility. Utility can be something that we do focus on, but let's also try and pressure or apply some sort of pressure to these exchanges to implement the 0.2%. Because if I'm living with the 0.2% and living with the fact that you're going to focus on utility a lot, I mean, you can also apply that you want to see burns within these CEXs. Because what's crazy is how close we were to getting Binance to implement the 1.2% burn, and then we gave up on it. If we can influence Binance that much, imagine what we can do to all the rest of the exchanges. And I'm not saying that we have to boycott the exchanges. I mean, if it comes to that, we can. I'm not saying that we have to boycott the exchanges, but let's apply pressure to these exchanges. If somebody as big as Binance with 60% of the, or not even, like if you're looking at the entire crypto market and you're breaking down the exchanges, you understand that they are the top exchange by volume. And if we can pressure them into almost implementing the 1.2% burn, and then they decide to kind of backtrack and give us something that we feel is better, even though it's not better, we can do it to everybody else. We can talk to everybody else. We can tag everybody else, retweet as much as we can. If they end up blocking me, then we know that we're reaching to them, that we're getting to them, and we need to find a way to apply this pressure, because that's the only way that we get as much of a burn as we want, right? Because the on-chain volume, yes, we'll see a lot that's flowing on-chain with utility and everything, but understand that there's a lot of people that don't want to use their Terra Luna Classic for anything. There's people that just want to gain the investment, and that's where I think we are blind. If we start to understand that there's a majority of people that care about the investment and the gains, right? The gains associated with that versus the use case or using their Terra Luna Classic, then we can understand what we have to do first and what we can do second, what we can do third, and we can find a path that works for all of us. But I think we need to continue to apply this pressure, and it starts with tweets. So I'm putting out tweets. I'm going to keep putting out tweets. I have another one that's coming at like 10 o'clock, and I'm going to keep putting out different stuff to try and get them to reply, at least some of them, to say, yes, I will do this. Like if we go down the list on my actual uh, Word document, you're going to see that a couple, or actually one, has said yes, right? Lightbit.eu has, and I have the tweet here. I'm going to put all the links to all the tweets. And this is not in the top 20. I want to see ones in the top 20. Once you get the first one in the top 20, then you could start to say, look, MEXC agreed. How about you agree? Gate.io, how about you agree? So MEXC, if you are watching this, if you find any of the posts, if you respond to any of the posts, let's go. Let's implement this. Let's say that you would agree. Just because you agree doesn't mean that it's going to get implemented right away. If the top 20 exchanges agree, right here, no, this will only hold true if the top 20 exchanges sorted by volume collectively agree. If all of you do not agree, then it doesn't get implemented. So let's get everybody to agree. Let's start with MEXC, or let's start with one that has already done it before, and then we can move on to the rest. Um, and I think this will be big for LUNC, and it will be big for everybody holding that volume, no matter what the volume is, right? If Binance is holding 2.3 trillion and we burn this down to an amount that they're only holding 2.3 billion, and everybody else is, and that's still considered, maybe 30% or 20% of the overall supply, we will take it, right? And I'm sure they will take it because they're still holding majority of the supply like they were before. It's not going away. It's implemented everywhere. So anyways, guys, let's get this done. I'm going to keep making videos, keep making posts about this because I think the burns are insanely necessary off chain, because right now this is where volume lives. And yes, we will get to a point where decentralized exchanges are more prioritized, but then right now we're seeing CEXs that are kind of leading the way, and we need to live with that, and we need to adhere to that. So uh let's go. Let's get these burns happening. Let's get these burns adopted. So anyways, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you go and retweet everything that I post over on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. We're almost at 15,000 followers. Not almost, I mean 800 followers away is kind of a lot. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.